right, everybody. Dreadman here, and we are going to be doing another interview with a local artist. And yeah, we're going to get into it. And I think you guys should follow this dude. And yeah, we'll get right into it. So we have here, let everyone know your name.
My name is David Goodnough.
Alrighty. So, tell everyone how you got started playing music.
Well, I would say it all started when I grabbed a brush and stood in front of a mirror and pretended to be Bon Jovi singing "Living on a Prayer." And the fantasy has just gotten more and more real over the years.
All right. Did you have any music lessons at all in your musical journey?
I took a couple. And all I really wanted to, the only thing I ever learned in my lesson was how to read a little bit of how to. The guy's like, oh, those chords right there, those are, this is how you know what chord to play.
Right.
Because I was familiar with notes and stuff, but I never. He just said, he taught me how to play Lithium by Nirvana, and that was the only guitar lesson I ever had.
Wow. So you're pretty much then almost self-taught, pretty much.
I would say my dad showed me chords, and then I just figured, I just practiced it and stuff.
So, what or whom inspires you to write music?
Bon Jovi, John. No, I'm joking. Nothing against John Bon Jovi. As a matter of fact, I've tripped on acid once, and one time I was in Florida, and I was tripping. And this guy, I was 100% convinced it was John Bon Jovi. It was funny. Anyway, but he was really cool. He ended up he was a music teacher or something. But what inspires me, I would say the first most important inspiration would be music of Nirvana. Like when I was a little kid, my music and my relationship with music is very closely tied to a fantasy world, like an imaginary world, that's what I would pretend when I was a little kid. And it was, and like I said, it just kind of, I forgot, what was the question again? My inspiration, yeah. And so, I would listen to Nirvana and just I was obsessed with the music and, and eventually the story of the whole thing. And it's been 30 years and I'm still I'm just getting over it. I have finally found another artist that has filled that is just powerful to me, and that's Dr. Tim Smith of a band called Cardiacs, and he was also in a band called the Sea Nymphs and a band called Stratley's Japs, and just he was awarded a doctorate of music from the Royal Scottish Music Conservatoire or whatever, and he spent the last 12 years of his life in a wheelchair, not able to move or talk. And they gave him but if you listen to his music, you'll understand why that place thought it was so important that they recognized this absolute genius.
I will definitely be checking that out myself then.
Unbelievable. Just listen to a song called Dirty Boy by Cardiacs and go from there.
All right. Cool. So, what genre would you consider your music?
when anybody ever asks, I say, if Nirvana and the Beatles had a baby in the 80s with Beethoven. And I only say Beethoven because it's like classical music, you know. I love classical music. I love adding that aspect to it because it's just so pretty. But I also like things to be, kind of dirty. I mean, music could be anything, and yeah. But I would say I'm just me.
I get it, man.
Yeah.
Yep. So Nirvana, probably the biggest inspiration for you. I did get to see them in '93 myself, just a few months before the tragic.
Can I guess where you saw them? Did you see them in Akron?
No.
Okay.
No, it was in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm from the Philadelphia area.
That's pretty cool.
They played the 33rd Street Armory.
Wow.
And the Breeders opened up.
Oh yeah, yeah. They were with them on. Have you heard Kim Deal's new album?
I have not, but I do know it's out there.
It is. There's a song. It's called "Nobody Loves You More." Totally check that out. It's really, really good. I think it's different than anything she's ever done, and it could be arguably the best thing she's ever done.
Oh wow, cool.
I mean, and she's great.
Yeah, she's done some good stuff. So if you're saying that,
it's worth checking out.
Yeah, absolutely.
The song "Nobody Loves You More." It's gorgeous.
So have you done any playing out in the area here, and if not, do you plan on doing so?
I have. Over the years, I have played many, many times at a lot of different places. The first time that I ever played, well, I used to play punk shows with my band. We were called Inflatuation. It was like the words, like two words combined to mean that you're in love with your farts. We were originally Reese's Feces, and also chicken noodle poop. Yeah, it was like I guess I kind of had like a Gigi Allen vibe going.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
but I'm not like that, but I just thought it was kind of cool at the time.
Oh, I get it totally. I kind of seen a band that had that vibe last night.
What were they called?
Gooch.
Gooch. I've heard of them. Either that or maybe, yeah.
They're
I've
high school kids, man.
How long have they been around?
I don't even know. It can't be that long. Maybe a year or two.
Okay, because I do know for sure that there was another band back in the day that I knew called Gooch, but I feel like recently I heard somebody else talking about another band called Gooch.
Yeah.
So this is probably the second time I've heard of them. And then I got in a band called I don't even remember, but it was with a bunch of people that I don't know seemed against the idea of actually being productive, and we played one show, and then I do a lot of solo stuff, and then I played in a band called Kenny and His Backpack, and we used to play in Erie, and like sometimes in New York and then Ohio, and but a lot of Erie, and that was a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of people. That was like my most formative musical experience was playing in that band. And then years later, I played in a band called The Hype, and we played around Erie, played places like Crooked Eyes, Sherlock's, and that bar that I cannot remember for the life. It's just the dirty punk rock bar. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, yeah, so
the beer mug?
The beer mug!
There it is.
And and then I've done a lot of solo shows all around places in the different places in the country. So whenever I need to make some money, it's usually sell an album or offer my services to a bar or something like that. And I've walked into bars when I've needed money in towns that I've never been in, and have just asked the bartender if I could play a song for the bar, and she's like, "Yeah, sure," most of the time. And so I'll just be like, "Excuse me, everyone. Hello, my name is David Goodnough, and I would like to play you a song, and if you like it, think about tipping." And then I'll play, a song that I've played like a million times, and, that I never screw up. And stand around for a minute or so and wait for people to give me tips or not give me tips. And but
Yeah, so it sounds
works.
like you've got a pretty extensive background in playing around the area. That's cool.
It's not just the area either. I do travel.
Yeah, sure.
I don't necessarily even consider myself a local musician.
Right.
I'm. This is not my home. I'm traveling always. My home is where my kids are. So.
Right, I got you. Yep. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense there. So you've recently released stuff on Bandcamp.
Mm-hmm.
Do you plan on getting stuff released on the other streaming services, or do you already have that done, or?
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that too. I originally released it on Bandcamp, but as a matter of fact, I officially released my latest album on Bandcamp and everything else all at the same time.
Oh, okay. So you are on like Apple and Amazon and Spotify. Okay,
yep.
That's
Goodnough.
good.
Goodnough. And the album's called "Sorry That You Missed It," and it's 23 minutes and some change. And I highly recommend listening to it from one end to the other, because that's the way.
Meant to be one piece. Yeah,
yep, it's an album.
Yep. I get it. That's how I listen to stuff personally too. So I got a physical copy of your music, your latest stuff. Could other people get that as well? You want to tell people how they could get that?
Yeah. Well, I will. Right now, I'm raising money for a new venture. So until I get that money raised, I am going to be releasing a limited edition, I guess what it would be called, just like a greatest hits album, along with a bunch of other goodies and stuff like that. It's not a whole lot of money that I got to raise, so it's going to be not going to be around for very long, but hopefully as many people as possible can get their hands on it. But you could just David Goodnough, friend me on Facebook, and I'll tell you all about it for sure.
So, how far would you like to take your music career? Are you like wanting global success, or just whatever you can get out of it?
Well, when I was younger, I wanted to. Well, I guess when I was little, my fantasy, my pretend would be that I was the biggest rock star on the planet, and that was what I pretended, and so there is like that. I think most artists have a desire to be heard, and maybe even have a little bit of a competitive spirit about it, which I am guilty of. I have been guilty of, but like anymore, honestly, the glamour and glitz of all of it has like worn off for me, and like it doesn't. It's almost now I just continue to do it because I've been doing it for so long, and it's what I know how to do, and I'm not gonna ever quit. And so, I guess I would, the world will decide, what happens with my music, but it's just my job to bring it to them. So, uh, I'm ready for whatever.
So it's pretty much whatever happens, happens. I
Yeah,
got you,
I just
man.
like to.
And that's a good answer, too.
I like. I like. For the longest time, music was always like really personal to me. Like the music that I made, because it was something that I would do in secret. And
Right.
so it wasn't like a natural thing to like want to share it with people all the time. So it's just now in my life that I'm starting to do that. I've like all this music that I'm like trying to let everybody hear. So
Yeah. Alrighty. Um, do you use any recording studios in the area, or do for when you do your recording for your albums, or you just kind of like do your own thing?
I
Because a lot of people do record at home now. It's the technology's there.
yeah, it's I mean, and that's ideal too because you can get all the ideas down. Like it's just awesome. But like, yeah, I record my own stuff. When I first started, I would get a tape player, and we're talking like when I was a kid, and sneak my dad's guitar and bang away on my acoustic guitar, and sing whatever came into my brain, and then fill up a whole tape with songs front and back, and then like trace out a J card on a tape and draw an album cover and stuff like that. Uh, and then I figured out how to overdub on like those cassette karaoke machines,
Right,
and then
right.
I made a whole bunch of albums doing that. And then finally, one semester in college, I used my student loan money that I should have been using for rent on recording equipment. And ever since, I've been using a 16 track. And,
Oh, okay.
and that's what I do. That's what I use. And, I've been pretty much been doing that. That's what I use. I don't really go anywhere.
So like an old cassette type
No,
16
it's
track or
it's it's
digital one?
digital. Yeah,
A digital
it's
one.
digital
Yeah.
Fostex. It's like, do you remember those Brother word processors?
Yep.
It's like
Yep.
the equivalent of that technology.
Mm-hmm. It sounds good on
Yeah,
the vinyl,
absolutely.
man. I mean, I ain't knocking it at
sounds
all.
good. I would say. I feel like with technology, anything like it just technology will progress, and then there will be casualties of the technological competition,
Yep.
and that's what I use. I use something that at one time was like cutting edge, not cutting edge, but like state of the art.
Oh
It
yeah,
was hot
absolutely.
new,
It was at one point.
and then at one point I could get them for $150, and now they're so rare that like
Oh
they're
yeah.
hard to find.
Yeah,
I
sure.
swore the last album, I said that I'm gonna use a computer for the next album, because my friend Jake, he uses computers to record all his music, and it's just so easy for him, and it sounds so damn good, and I work so hard like to figure out how to do it, and then I swore that I'd do that, but then I'm like, I figured it out how to do it. Why should I just change technologies?
Yeah, yeah. If you're
And
comfortable,
I like it, yeah. And plus, I could always throw it on a computer and make more adjustments that way too. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm doing. I'm remixing some old stuff. I've got a record label. I'm starting a record label, and because I've got a lot of old music with a lot of old bands, and I'm just gonna start releasing all my old music because I think it's good, and so that, and I've recorded other artists as well, and I also have friends that record their own music. I actually have a friend, my friend Jake, who we kind of learned how to do all this stuff together. And his band is called Big Time Machine. Holy shit. The Ride the Wave album is incredible. You should totally hear it. Big Time Machine.
I will do that.
But there's an Erie hip hop artist that I've recorded with multiple times over the years. And
which one would that be?
Well, I was trying not to name drop, but
oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I won't.
It's cool because I'm proud to know him, and I'm sure he wouldn't care either. But just for the record, I was attempting to be cool. But Charles Brown, C. Brown.
Oh, wow.
Him and I did some stuff together.
Shit, man, that's Erie music royalty, man. Are you kidding me?
He's incredible. Check this out real quick. I mean, hell, why not? Because there's this line here that is just incredible that he does here. Anyway, yeah. That's what I was just working on. So
yeah, that's cool,
that's
man.
What's coming your way.
C. Brown, yeah, awesome, man.
Beast.
He's dude, I love the guy, man.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh, so that kind of answers my next question. So obviously you are releasing some new music this year.
That's all I'm doing. I mean, for the last 30 years I've been recording. That's all I've been doing. And, there came a point in my life where I was just like, is anyone ever going to hear this? I mean, I really enjoy doing it, but why am I doing this? Is there a purpose other than, for me, I view, the way that I play music very similar to the way that certain people play video games. They get home and they just spend hours in front of the TV,
Yep.
And so that's what I do, and I've got all the music, and I just, I want people to hear it. And it's important. I mean, not as important as it used to be, because I think, when I was younger, I really would have appreciated some sort of recognition or something, just basically because I wanted to just feel respect,
I get
be
it.
taken seriously.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the big reasons that I wanted to be famous and stuff when I was a little kid. But anymore, it's I don't need people to tell me.
Yeah. Yep, I totally get that, and that's a very good attitude to have about it.
I promote it.
So what's the new label gonna be called?
It's a play on my last name. No Good Music, but it's K-N-O-W.
Yeah.
Good music.
So. All right, that's
apparently
cool.
It's just a podcast or something called that, but fuck you, it's my last name.
That's right. You don't need permission to use your last name. I'm 100% behind you on that.
And I said fuck you to those guys. I don't even know them. If you have something to say about it, let me know, and I'll tell you personally.
All right. So that's pretty much wraps up most of my questions. Is there anything you would like to tell everyone out there? Got socials and stuff?
Facebook. I have an artist profile, but I don't know how that shit works. But it exists, so if you become my actual friend on, it's like David Goodnough, Goodnough. Then, you know, I treat that usually as kind of like an artist profile too. And then I have a record label profile, just David Goodnough on Facebook, and I'll hit you up. My email address is davidgoodknowmusic@gmail.com. And I think that's about everything for now.
Alrighty.
Oh, just I do want to recap. Big Time Machine, Ride the Wave, Cardiacs, Tim Smith, and Goodnough. Sorry that you missed it.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming over.
Oh, always a pleasure. It's what I do, man. It's what I do. So.
And I knew who you I knew of you before. We even met. And yeah,
that's cool, man.
And as a matter of fact, the gentleman that was outside of the house when you came in, he knew who you were too.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. My reputation precedes me. I hope it's all good.
I can only imagine that it is.
All right, man. Well, it's been a pleasure. All right, everybody. David Goodnough, do the thing. Like, follow, subscribe, hit him up, get the new stuff. Yeah. Peace out.